Hello friends, welcome to Artificial Intelligence video tutorial series. In the previous video tutorial, we understood that Mr. Alan Turing proposed the Turing test in the year 1950. He proposed that Turing test can be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent. In the year 1980, Mr. John Searle proposed the Chinese room test or Chinese room argument. He argued that Turing test could not be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent. Mr. Alan Turing proposed the Turing test in the year 1950. Mr. John Searle proposed the Chinese room test in the year 1980. Mr. Alan Turing proposed the Turing test can be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent, whereas Mr. John Searle argued that Turing test cannot be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent. We already know the basic configuration of Turing test. We know that there will be a partition. On one side of the partition, there will be a human interrogator, and on the other side, there will be a machine and a human. The human interrogator is going to ask questions via teletype. The machine and the human present on the other side are going to give answers to the questions via teletype. The interrogator should be able to distinguish the answers provided by the machine and the human. If he cannot be able to distinguish, then the machine passes the test and the machine is considered as intelligent. Turing test is all about saying if a machine can be able to answer like human, then the machine is considered as intelligent. But Mr. John Searle said that just because the machine can be able to answer like humans, it should not be considered as intelligent. He noted that a machine could pass the Turing test, or a machine can pass the Turing test simply by manipulating the symbols without any understanding of those symbols. A person or a machine can be considered as intelligent if and only if they do have an understanding of what they are doing. Without the understanding, they cannot be considered as intelligent, or they should not be considered as intelligent. The Chinese room test is all about proving Turing test cannot be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent. Let's understand the Chinese room test. Let's understand the basic configuration of Chinese room test. A person who knows English but not Chinese sits in the room. There will be a room, within that a person will be sitting. He knows only English. He doesn't have any idea of Chinese, but still he receives the input in Chinese and produces the output in Chinese. The person inside the room has an access to huge volume of Chinese literature or rules ledger. This rules ledger is going to contain a huge collection of rules, and the rules are going to look something like this. If you find a Chinese symbol like this, then return this Chinese symbol. If you find a Chinese symbol like this followed by this, then return this Chinese symbol, and so on. It is going to contain the rules like this, so many rules. Actually, the rules ledger is a table of input symbols and the respective output symbols. The inside person is going to receive the inputs in Chinese. He refers the ledger for producing the output and returns the output in Chinese. This outside person is going to give an input, a Chinese symbol or sequence of Chinese symbols. The inside person is going to receive that Chinese symbol or the Chinese text. What he is going to do? He is just going to locate that Chinese text in the table and returns the respective Chinese symbol as an output. For example, if he receives the Chinese symbol this, he returns this symbol as output. If he receives the Chinese symbol this, and then he returns this Chinese symbol as output. The inside person has no understanding of what those symbols mean, but from outside the room, it looks like inside person knows the Chinese perfectly, because he is receiving the input in Chinese and producing the output in Chinese perfectly. To the outside person, it looks like the inside person knows the Chinese perfectly. We cannot call this person as intelligent, because any other person who knows English can do this task perfectly, right? What actually he is doing? He is just locating the given Chinese input in the rules ledger and producing the respective output Chinese symbol. That's it. The same thing may happen in the Turing test also. John Searle observed that a machine available in the configuration may have a huge database of questions and answers. It may have a huge collection of questions and answers. When an interrogator asks a question, what the machine is going to do? The machine is going to locate that question in the database and return the respective answer. If it has multiple answers for a single question, it may return a random answer and it looks like a human is returning the answers. You cannot distinguish the answers, right? The machine in the configuration has no understanding of those questions and answers. As the machine has no understanding of the questions and answers, then how can we consider this as an intelligent? We cannot consider that machine as an intelligent. Even though the machine is passing the Turing test, it has no understanding of the questions and answers, so we cannot consider that machine as intelligent. That's what the John Searle said in the Chinese room test. He noted machine could pass the Turing test simply by manipulating the symbols without any understanding of those symbols. A person or a machine can be considered as intelligent if and only if they do have an understanding of what they are doing. Without the understanding, they should not be considered as intelligent. Therefore, Mr. John Searle concludes the Turing test cannot be used to determine whether or not a machine is considered as intelligent. You cannot use Turing test for considering a machine as intelligent. I hope you guys have clearly understood the Chinese room argument or Chinese room test. In the next video tutorial, we get more information on artificial intelligence. I think for this video tutorial, this much is enough, friends. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.